the Filipina from San Diego that I was telling you a while ago, her name is Maria. She has a website called Sunkissed Pinay. And what her product was really good. Yung mga parang earring ni Catriona, like the sun, she has that. And, she has necklace with sun and stars and something like that. So it's very Filipino-ish. That's what we were trying out. Because my friend, he has like, yung butas dito. And then I told him, oh, ang tagal na yan, palitan mo na yan. So let's say ito yung mga products. Ito yung booth niya. She's inside here. And ito yung mga products niya. And this on this side here, this is where he started ramming the people. So I was here and with my friend. And then since we were on the road, I told him, move nga tayo doon ng konti kasi nasa road tayo. So we moved here in the middle. So now we're no longer on the road. But we still can see what's gonna pass on the road. So, but Michelle, I'm just having goosebumps right now because that quick decision to just move, it basically saved both of our lives. And it's also a mixed feeling because survivor's guilt. I don't know if you've heard of it. Sometimes you feel like, oh, you survive, but at the same time, you feel you want to condole and bereave and grieve with those who lost their lives. So it's not a very good feeling to have. Now, anyway, so yeah, so we were there, and then we heard the loud bang. Do you want to hear now the gory details, or
Yeah,
do you
whatever
want?
you're comfortable with.
Okay. So yeah, so when we moved to this side, we heard the loud bang, like oh my gosh, what was that sound? You don't know if it's a shooting or that's why we got scared. And when I looked on that side of the roads, so let's see, this is the road now. Yeah, so yeah, the I saw the person got hit and it's now on top of the car. So for me, never pa kasi ako nakita ng nabangga ng sasakyan. So I was looking at the person on top of the car and I was trying to process that in a split second. And then parang tag-register na sa isip mo na, oh, nasagasaan yung tao, nandun siya sa loob. And then this car, the SUV of that perpetrator, we heard a very, very loud engine thing, like, when they rev the engine? And it was scary because what if he steers the wheel on our end? We're going to be, And so my instinct was, and people were shouting, oh my God, maybe not because of the engine revving, but because may nasagasaan eh. So people are like, oh my God, oh my God. So dun pa lang sa point na yon, nag-oh my God na yung mga tao. Nagtitrigger na siya sa akin, oh my God, may nangyaring masama. And then, so I ran. Kasi ang training sa amin dito is for security. If you have to protect yourself. Like, let's say dyan sa Pinas, if there's an earthquake, you have to run, save yourself. Like, in the airplane, you save yourself first, right? So, doon ako tumakbo. In 10, 15 seconds of running, wala pa yung, yung friend ko, hindi ko nakikita sa likod ko. And he's with me. So, I said, balikan ko siya. When I went back, just that 10 seconds, that's when yung nagtitinda yung Sunkissed Pinay ng mga jewelry, sobrang umiiyak na siya. And then I already saw the bodies on the road and people are crying. And then, syempre concerned ako sa friend ko. So, nasa na siya? I called him up and I was like, nasan ka? Gladly, he picked up and he was like, oh, sabi niya, John, ang daming patay, may mga baby pa. And then I already saw him walking, and that's the time we hugged each other, and then we cried. And then dun sa Pinay na who was selling jewelry, that's the time we helped her with her items. Kasi nandun siya sa road eh. Nandun yung booth niya. What if there's another car? We don't know what's happening. Is it terrorist attack? May mga padating baba, may shooting. Sabi ko, let's go. Let's pack your stuff. Kahit hindi kami magkakilala niya na, we're strangers. And that's our being Filipino, pakikipagkapwa, and bayanihan, just we're acting like as one. And even Ang kwento nga ng mga Pinoy sa akin nun is yung pagdating nung, so kasi ganito yan, Michelle. So yung pag-atake niya dun sa sinabi ko, nakita ko yung tumalsik yung katawan niya dun sa ibabaw ng kotse, that's his first attack. So he revved up the engine, he did this again, this is the second time. If if my recollection is correct based on what I heard from other statements as well, tatlong beses niyang ginawa. One, two, three. Until mag-pop up yung airbag niya. Meaning, he cannot drive anymore because cars are meant to put the airbag. And when he couldn't drive anymore, he went out. That's the time na, again, bayanihan, kinuyog siya ng mga Pilipinos so he cannot escape. And that's how he got caught by the police.
The real heroes in the story are actually the volunteers, the community, and the healthcare workers that were working overnight, to help, revive the victims, or, like those who are injured, because there's many casualties. Like right now, uh, we only know of like 11 people who died, and maybe like 20, 30 people that are injured, but that's still not fully confirmed, like that number. It's really devastating. And like thinking about those fa those families, like there's not even a lot of events like this where, the Filipino community can gather. So thinking that people took the day off to be with their family, only to be met, with this tragedy, like with the death. Yeah, I can't imagine.